Hello and good morning, everybody. It's Meteorologist Jeff Gerber from the Storm Tracker Center here at 12 News, and we are looking at Hurricane Delta, which has been over the Yucatans for a little while this morning, but looks like it's getting ready to emerge back out over the Gulf of Mexico. And as it does come out over the Gulf of Mexico, they're expecting to strengthen over the next day and then eventually make its way into parts of southern parts of Louisiana as we head into, looks like Friday. And we were thinking at one point yesterday it would be Friday evening, but at this point it looks like it's going to be Friday afternoon that the storm itself will be coming over parts of southern Louisiana. Right now you can see winds have weakened since it's been overland down to 105 miles per hour, and will continue to probably stay right around 105 for a couple hours, probably to our next update. And then as it gets out over to the Gulf of Mexico, things will start to strengthen. All right, I was trying to look for some comments in our post, but I'm not seeing it. So I'll go ahead and continue on with what we're looking at here. I'm sorry about that. We're taking a look at some of the different things out there. All right, anyway. Here we go. Hurricane Delta, winds are at 105 miles per hour, moving to the northwest at about 17. So it's moving very quickly, and don't see it really slowing down a whole lot as we go through the next couple of days. It's going to be a quick moving storm system moving through the Gulf of Mexico and then eventually up into sections of south central, southwest Louisiana. I'll show you the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. This is of 10 a.m., so this is just coming out. As we take a look, they're expecting it to be a Category 2 storm and then eventually by tomorrow start to strengthen to a Category 3. Now, a little bit different on this track is they, at one point this morning, they were having it up to a Category 4. Right now, they keep it at a Category 3 as it moves into the Gulf through the day tomorrow. And then they have it coming into parts of south central, southwest Louisiana sometime Friday, late morning, Friday afternoon as a Category 3 hurricane. You notice the track has moved a little bit farther to the west on this update, and that does include a little section of southeastern Texas now. The cone did not include southeast Texas earlier this morning, but now the cone is including just a little part of parts of southeast Texas. By Friday night, the storm should weaken to a Category 1 as it comes on shore. You notice the blue line along the coast? That is a hurricane watch. The hurricane watch goes from High Island to Grand Isle, Louisiana. The yellow lines there are indicating a tropical storm watch. Tropical storm watch goes from San Luis Pass to High Island. So Jefferson County right now along the coast under a hurricane watch, and then you get over into places like basically Galveston County, you're looking at a tropical storm watch, which if on this current track they shouldn't be affected by the storm over towards the Houston area, but we could see some effects here in southeast Texas if it takes this current track. So once again, let me go back a little bit in time here. You can see making that turn, it looks like sometime during the Thursday evening into Friday. We really needed to make that turn. The sooner it makes the turn, the farther east it goes. The later it makes the turn, the farther west it goes on the map here. So right now they have it coming into almost eastern sections of Cameron Parish, it looks like, as we head towards Friday during the day. Once again, this is updated from yesterday at this time. We were thinking it was going to be late Friday night, early Saturday. Now they have it coming in during the day on Friday. So something interesting to watch to see if this even speeds up even more as we go through time. But right now, Category 3 coming through during the day on Friday. By Friday night, it's over parts of central Louisiana, and then as we get into Saturday morning, it's already up in the Mississippi. So this is going to be a one-day event, basically. We'll start to see some showers come in Thursday possibly, but really it's going to be Friday during the day that this comes through that we'll have to deal with Hurricane Delta. And right now we'll have to wait and see exactly how strong it is when it comes in. Right now they've got a Category 3 coming in, but with some wind shear, some drier air, some cooler water temperatures, it might weaken down below a Category 3, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And also, once again, the track, even though it has southeast Texas in the cone of uncertainty right now, that could change a little bit too. That could shift a little bit more towards the east or west as we go into, looks like Friday. So something we're watching very closely. And then the track takes it way out into sections of the Midwest as we head towards Sunday into Monday. Most of our weekend looks really good. It's just going to be Friday that we're going to have to deal with a storm. But besides the hurricane watch we have, this tropical storm watch we also have a storm surge watch from High Island to really Florida. So most of the storm surge is really going to be off towards the east of this, on the east side of this thing. I don't think we have to worry about it too much here in southeast Texas, but they included Jefferson County in the storm surge watch, which just because we're close to the storm. So those are basically the watches we have out there. Hurricane watch in the blue line there, tropical storm watch in the yellow line. Hurricane watch once again goes from High Island to Grand Isle, Louisiana, and then, which actually looks like it goes a little bit, no, it goes over that way. And then tropical storm watch from San Luis past to High Island, and then we have the storm surge watch that goes from High Island over to Florida. Right now, the storm, the hurricane force winds, the winds in the center of the storm, hurricane force extend out only 30 miles. So it's a weak storm, or a small storm, I should say right now. Not a weak storm, but a small storm. And then the hurricane force winds extend out 125 miles from the center. So if it takes this track into parts of eastern Cameron Parish, definitely going to see tropical storm force winds throughout southeast Texas. That means wind gusts from 39 miles per hour and higher. Probably see wind gusts anywhere between, say, 40 and maybe 50. If it comes a little bit closer, maybe 60 miles per hour, some wind gusts. Sustained winds will probably be around about 30 miles per hour. So if it takes this track, if it stays on this current track, we'll have to wait and see if that moves a little bit farther east or west as it eventually does come in. So, but that's the current track on this. All right, let's take a look at some of these spaghetti models. And spaghetti models also indicating the track actually a little bit more east than what they're showing as far as the Hurricane Center track. Most of the spaghetti models have it going over south central Louisiana and then moving up into Mississippi. So the consensus is maybe a little bit more east than the Hurricane Center is showing. We don't have any of the computer models taking it over southeast Texas, and a few kind of diverge off into parts of Alabama and Florida. But the consensus you can see pretty clearly here is over parts of southern Louisiana. Now let's take a look at individual model runs. I've been showing you those. Probably not the best idea to show you those because they're just individual model runs. They're not consensus. They're not showing. They're not showing over time kind of a deal. This is the GFS, and this is what I think the Hurricane Center is basically kind of looking at. As you can see, the GFS takes it about right where they're tracking it right now, kind of over Cameron Parish, close to Vermilion Bay, as a pretty strong hurricane. This is the GFS model. Once again, coming in, it looks like Friday, right around lunchtime, is when they have it kind of tracking in through the afternoon. That's GFS. All right, let's go to the European model, which has not performed good this tropical season. It has not been a really good model throughout the season. And this one has it going a little bit farther to the west, right up the Sabine River. Once again, this is not the preferred model with this system. And it's been pretty much doing the same thing over the last few days, taking it over parts of southwest Louisiana. So I would not pay too much attention to this model. I think the GFS is probably the better model at this time, where we're looking at things to be a little bit more in the way of probably a little bit more realistic as with this model here. So, but once again, these are just one run. You really want to look at the consensus, the ensemble, and the ensemble once again taking it right up through parts of south central Louisiana. So I like the consensus taking it a little bit farther to the east, or the GFS at least taking it to our east. What we're waiting for is, let me switch from that. What we're really waiting for is trough of low pressure, which is in parts of back over towards West Texas, New Mexico. This trough of low pressure, this is what's going to push it off towards the east, and that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that push, and depending on how quickly it pushes is where the storm is going to go. So if the storm is tracking up here and that push comes early, we could see a turn a little bit earlier. or maybe even earlier than that. If we could see a really early push, we could be even farther off towards the east. If that trough of low pressure doesn't pick it up till late, we could see a track towards southwest Louisiana, somewhere. Well, let me try this again. Somewhere like that. That could be the extreme track off towards the west if it doesn't pick it up in time. It really depends on how the atmosphere kind of plays out as we go through the next few days, whether the storm's going to be more of a south central Louisiana thing or maybe a southwestern Louisiana thing. We hope it goes more east. Those folks over in southwest Louisiana have a lot of problems over there already. They have tree limbs laying around. They have lots of blue tarps on all the roofs over there. If this comes in as a Category 2 storm, we're going to see a lot of problems over that way as far as tree limbs and trying to block the runoff of the water. The blue tarps are going to be coming off. It's going to be a big mess. Already catastrophic damage over that way and lots of problems for Lake Charles. So hopefully this storm will continue to track towards the east of those folks there. Let me show you what we're kind of expecting here in southeast Texas. Now this is if it takes its current track. We're expecting it to be coming through on Friday. Rainfall still expecting 2 to 4 inches. This is going to be moving very quickly, so it's not going to dump a ton of rain on us. It's not going to slow down. It's not going to stall. It's going to move through very quickly. Storm surge is going to be minor, if anything, because most of the storm surge is going to be off towards the east side of this. And winds possibly sustained 25, 30 miles an hour with wind gusts of 40, maybe 50 miles per hour if it comes a little bit closer towards us. So that's what we're probably going to, the thing we're going to have to deal with the most is the winds. Anywhere from 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts. Once again, we could see some power outages. Some tree limbs maybe didn't get knocked down from Laura, might get knocked down from this. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's going to be, I think, the primary problem with this storm. If it tracks a little bit farther off towards the east than we're showing right now, those winds will be down even farther. So that's what we're kind of hoping for, that it gets a little bit farther towards the east and that wind threat will be coming down. Right now, our 7-day forecast showing some scattered showers coming in on Thursday out ahead of this thing. And then Friday, like I said, will be the day where we're going to see a good chance of rain, 60, 70% coverage of rain. Winds will be out of the north at 15 to 30 with possibly some gusts between 40, 50, maybe even up over 50 miles per hour. Wind gusts, not sustained winds, but wind gusts. Closer you get to the storm, of course, the higher winds you can see. We're talking about Newton and Orange counties could see wind gusts over 50, maybe close to 60, but I would think probably closer to 50 miles per hour. And right now, even with this storm, Category 2 over the Yucatan, the wind gusts they've been seeing down there with this storm has only been around hurricane force. They haven't really seen wind gust over 100 miles per hour. So I like to hear that. And hopefully as this storm comes in, it starts to really weaken and we won't see those wind gusts up around 60. We'll be closer to 40 to 50 and as we go into Friday. So we'll be watching closely for that. By Saturday, this storm is gone. It is already up into parts of Mississippi and our weekend looks fine. We'll be able to see mostly sunny skies, warm temperatures for Saturday and Sunday, and next week looks fine as well. It's just going to be Friday. That's going to be the day right now. It looks like we're going to be under the gun. And if the storm keeps going at this quick pace, it might be early on Friday that it starts to come in instead of the afternoon. We'll have to wait and see. It's been speeding up. It's been going fairly quickly. All right, let's recap everything real quick once again. If you just are now joining us, we are looking at Hurricane Delta, which is a Category 2 storm right now. It's at 105 as far as the winds are concerned, moving to the northwest at 17. It's right on the tip there of the Yucatan and will be moving off the Yucatan here in the next couple of hours or so. It's going to be moving out into the Gulf. They expected to strengthen to a Category 3. Earlier this morning they were expecting a 4, but right now they're expecting Category 3 with winds at 120 miles per hour. And then as it comes in, they're still expected it to be a 3. And right now the track takes it over. You can see eastern sections, Cameron Parish, and then up into, let's say, central Louisiana by the time we get into Friday night. So once again, the timing has sped up on this. We're thinking late Friday. Now we're looking at during the day on Friday. Blue line there, hurricane watch include High Island all the way over to Grand Isle. The yellow areas there, you're looking at a tropical storm watch once again. And then we also have a storm surge watch from High Island over to Florida. So we have all those things posted now because they're expecting maybe hurricane conditions as we head towards Friday. So they post those usually about 48 hours out from when they're expecting the conditions to come in to an area. So that's kind of the latest on Delta right now. Category 2, it's on the Yucatan, quickly moving through the Gulf of Mexico as we go through tomorrow, and then by Friday, it looks like the storm's going to be moving into maybe south central or southwest Louisiana right now, kind of in between there, just to the west of Vermilion Bay, eastern parts of Cameron Parish. Once again, we've been seeing this track shift back and forth as we've gone through the last 2 days. I do not expect to see any less as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. I'm expecting to see a little bit more of a shift, maybe back and forth again. Last update, southeast Texas was not in the cone, and now as you can see, we're just on the edge of the cone, just inside the cone of uncertainty there going into Friday. So something to watch very closely. Stay weather aware as we get into Thursday night, going into Friday. Keep updating yourself on this storm. I'll be doing another Facebook Live tomorrow morning at 10:30. Patrick will be doing them this evening. Every time we get an update from the National Hurricane Center, we'll put it online, Facebook, Twitter, and you can check it out there. And we'll let you know what's going on with this storm right now. Like I said, the current track is a little bit farther to the west right now. We'll see how it tracks as we head into later on tonight, this evening. Patrick will give you the latest updates. I appreciate you folks watching this live update. We'll have another update for you later on today for sure. And of course, I'll give you another rundown of what's going on weather-wise on KJAC today at noon on NBC. And you can check the latest weather out there. I appreciate you all tuning in. I hope you all have a great day.